I'm Hannah Rickner, presenting with my group team 1 on email etiquette. We'll go ahead and get into my slides now. The importance of font, has an effect on the readability or legibility, meaning that the person receiving the message is able to easily decipher the text. You also want cohesivity and consistency throughout the message so that it is easy to read and follow along. Fonts can influence the tone of a message, and you may choose something slightly different for different types of messages, such as for business communications versus like a casual communication between like your friends or family. Along with that, the design and layout of a meeting can trigger a response from the reader. And in proper communications, you want to make sure that you're influencing an appropriate response from your reader. And then another major design component that you should pay attention to is that you should use a limited number of fonts within a single communication so that the document doesn't appear cluttered or disorganized. And then the importance of grammar. Proper grammar techniques have a similar effect on the clarity of a document. It's important that the reader can understand what it is that you're trying to convey. Grammar can also contribute to or take away from your credibility. If you don't use proper English techniques, you may come across as crass or unprofessional. Grammar sets the tone of your message. It can be proper, businesslike, or casual. And along with grammar, you want to ensure that you're using terms and words correctly and in the right context. A major component of legibility is also proper punctuation and using complete sentences. And something to be aware of in a business email is to avoid an excessive use of emojis and exclamations because it won't necessarily convey the right tone for your message. And then the direct versus indirect approach for your email. When you're trying to determine whether to use a direct communication approach or an indirect approach, there's a few things to keep in mind. Primarily, you need to assess who it is that you're communicating with. For example, a message to your friends or family will not require a formal approach, while a business communication with like business partners, executives, or coworkers would require a more formal communication style. A good rule of thumb to go by when trying to decide which approach to use is that the direct approach is best used for communicating good news and routine communications, whereas the indirect approach is best for reports, persuasions, sales messages, and bad news. And that is the end of my slides. So thank you.